Alright, I know a lot of my friends don't like rap music, but I love that song for one reason. Um, it says, I can move a boulder through a Boost Mobile, and to me, that's the ultimate business concept. And I'm so sorry, I'm exhausted. I was up all night. There was a big storm that came through, and it pretty much missed us, but lightning was striking like crazy, and I was awake the whole time. But anyway, it's Monday. I'm exhausted, but I'm ready to get to work, and hopefully you have some projects you're gonna work on too. So I just thought I would give you some tips to start off with if you're like me, trying to push yourself every day to get ahead. Sorry about that camera jiggle. But anyway, my first tip is empower yourself. A lot of us have lived in a certain environment where we weren't empowered, or a storm. It came through Vicksburg probably the hardest, and it missed our city, so that was good. But I mean, we had lightning all night, so and it was pretty spectacular lightning too. But I'm doing, what does this say? Microbusiness Monday. We're doing a few tips. I had 3 tips for you to get started this week. The first one is empower yourself. I'm my own worst critic. A lot of us are our own worst critics. We're the first people to put ourselves down and say that we can't accomplish the things that we're dreaming of. So the empower yourself part is really that there's no one stopping you from accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. Sure, people may say things, but they're outside yourself. And so one of my friends I used to talk to about protecting themselves from, outside comments and things like that. I was like, imagine Star Trek, if you have a ship. I got it from Etsy. I didn't invent it. I wish I did. But anyway, on Star Trek, the ship has shields, and so when people come at you with their negativity about your mission in life, your goal, your plan, your business plan, everybody's going to be negative, because you know what I learned when I took critical writing. When I took creative writing, that's exactly my point. When I took creative writing, we had to write critiques. And I learned it was always easier to write a negative critique. It's always so much easier for your friends to point out everything that's going wrong with what you're doing than what's going right. So my first tip is you got to empower yourself. You can do it, really, and the only thing other people might have over you is that they're consistently working each day on their goal, even though they struggle with doubt. They don't give up. They just keep going day by day. And I see a lot of my friends out there doing the same thing. Many have things like fitness businesses and all that kind of stuff. So that's my first tip. Empower yourself. Anybody can do micro business, okay? It's accessible. You can become a home soap maker effortlessly without even knowing how to make soap. My first ventures in home soap making were actually using melt and pour soaps, which, if you can make your own, it's always better. But you get to learn and experiment with that stage of it, and anybody can do that. That was something that you could even do with elementary school students. So my first tip, empower yourself. You can do micro business. It's just a matter of each day trying your hardest. All right. My second tip for Microbusiness Monday is utilize your friends. Now, I used this tip myself just yesterday. My dad has a book, Rabbit Road. A lot of you know about some of these paintings behind me are from Rabbit Road. Not that one. That's a painting from the Old Testament. But anyway, he has a great book, and I'm like, we got to get it out there. I think it's as good as some of the stuff that's being produced, by Oprah's Book of the Month Club. So I'm working my way to finding a route there. And I just put it to Facebook. Hey, you guys, do you know anybody in Hollywood I could talk to? And one friend sent me, hey there, is it Shay? Is that how you pronounce it? That's how I would guess. But anyway, utilize your friends. I made a call out to my Facebook friends and said, is there anybody that can make a contact for me? And one, actually made a contact. And so somebody's taking a look at my dad's manuscript. So you never know just by asking. Some people are so embarrassed to ask. They don't want their friends to even see the stuff they've done. Trust me, I hardly even want to show people stuff I've done, but I also am just such an excited person. I can't shut up about stuff, so there's that. But anyway, my second tip, utilize your friends. In that same moment, that one friend actually made me a contact and was happy to just put something out there and say, hey, try this. In that same moment, another friend was sort of withholding information, and I don't know if they were just being playful about it. I couldn't tell. But, as far as I'm concerned, whenever a friend needs information, that's what I'll give it, and so that's what I'm doing now. I keep getting told people don't understand the things that I'm doing, and I just think they're second nature because, I've been doing it since I was a kid, I guess. So, but anyway, utilize your friends. So we've had to empower yourself and utilize your friends. And my third tip would be use the skills you already have. That friend that made the contact for me, we had talked years ago about doing some sort of online business or homeschool business, something like that. We were both teachers. California was going through a major crisis, so and laying off thousands of teachers. And so we figured, well, if we cannot find a job, why don't we make one? So we hashed around this plan, and I actually talked about it with other teachers for a while, but nothing came of it. That's how it is. In the beginning stages, you really don't think those things will work. You just think, oh, it's a possibility. So I'm talking to that friend yesterday, and it seemed like at first they didn't realize how many skills they actually had. Just being an English major and having access to commentary and thoughts on American literature. And a lot of us are conservatives and homeschoolers, and people are hungry to get American literature and synopsises that are, something that we classically understand about those pieces, So I was like, there's a business out there for that. There's a market out there for that. And so just using the fact that she was an educator and can write a lesson plan, and the fact that she has this interest in conservatism, and also the fact that she had exposure to English literature, but English was not my thing. I went for political things like Aristotle, who I keep bringing up. But anyway, she had those skills already. And I was like, you know what? I could tell you how to start today. All you need is Microsoft Word and the skills you already have. So believe it or not, during the course of your lifetime, you've learned a lot of skills that you can use in business. And what I wanted to explain to my friends yesterday that I was talking to was that we live in a global market. Now, of course, we are not wanting to be taken over by global interests. I'm not even trying to delve into that conversation. But even so, we live in a global market. The internet has made it so that the people that are interested in what you have might actually be in Japan, I had this just weird experience I'll tell you about one of these days, where I ended up selling thousands of dollars in t-shirts to the Netherlands. And I was actually trying to reach Americans with my message, but the people in the Netherlands were the people who the issue was directly affecting. I never saw that even coming. So my 3 tips today: empower yourself. Self-doubt is not something you should even waste time on. If you are going to beat yourself up about something, beat yourself up that you didn't exercise enough today or that you didn't eat right today, and then don't even beat yourself up about it. Just try better tomorrow, So empower yourself. If you want to start a micro business, it's the easiest thing in the world. Many states let you start a business under your name without even having to file paperwork. They do that here in my state. So everything you need is right there, whether it's to start a soap business, a craft business, and get your stuff out on Etsy, or whether it's to sell digital content like music or digital art. Digital art is selling, and people are using digital art more than ever, believe it or not. Like, it kind of seemed like it was a shaky industry because so many artists went into it, and that's what I mean by we're in a global market. If you go in the App Store, those are digital artists that are creating all the game design, all the game concepts, things like that. So those skills, even if you have it back from 1995, really the same principles apply. You know, the lightest thing goes in the back and the darkest thing goes in the front. The skills that you have today might actually produce you a good business that can actually, you know, help supplement your income, or even become a small business that, you know, you can devote your life to. A lot of the soap divas I've seen, they started out with their home soap making. They just sold to their friends at first, and, you know, they had to, it's a hard sell. You got to try to convince your friends to support you, and they should support you, and you should support them. So when you're asking people to share your stuff, I see my friends who are selling books and things like that. I try to share it on my feed and say, hey, my friend did this. Or the other day I had a friend who needed to do a marketing assignment, you know, and I'm interested in marketing. I'm always hoping that she'll share whatever she learns in college with me. So I was like, hey, friends, give this, you know, help this person out. So that's the community that will help us get to the American small business life that everybody is missing. That's what people are missing. The third of Americans out of the workforce are potential small business people, but we think small business is only accessible to certain people in the community. But when you have 7 billion people on the planet, and, you know, this business is founded to help people who can't even afford to pay for their service. And this business is founded, and it's only running in another country. Like one friend was telling me, one of their major businesses, it's founded in Israel, but their main clientele is African. And so you really don't know where your ideas will take off. What I've learned is that it's just consistently trying each day, consistently trying to produce something, even if it's a line. One of my friends, who's a pilot for Lockheed Martin back in the day, he told me, he was writing a novel, and I was struggling with my feelings as a writer, you know. And he was like, just try to get one line out each day. So I've been operating under that principle, and I feel like, you know what, some days my stories move forward 20 pages, and some days they move forward one sentence. But each day I'm feeling like, you know what, I got somewhere. Maybe that was the best line I ever wrote, but, you know, that was all I got out today. The thing about it is, if you're going to do micro business, you're the only one that's going to push yourself. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to discourage you from it. They're going to ask you to do something real with your life. They don't actually understand the times we're living in and the opportunities that are out there. So, that's actually hurting Americans, that we don't understand the world we're living in right now. You know, I talk to a lot of friends, and they have this impression about America, that, you know, we're the great Roman Empire, but the truth is we're the great Roman Empire in decline because we don't teach our citizens how to survive in the modern world, and we don't competitively help our citizens, you know. So this whole thing is, you got to understand, marketing, micro business is actually going to become a much more way of life. So it's a great way to try an idea. If you've always been wanting to start up a micro business, I seriously suggest it. And keep a notebook handy. Keep a list of things that you want to get done. Don't let the list oppress you. Don't be like some of my friends and myself occasionally who make an overbearing situation where they can never get started. You always need to start at square one. Well, I'm going to start a craft business. Well, what's your plan? All right, sketch it out. And when you got a little extra cash, go check out, you know, go bargain shopping. Because as a business owner, you're always trying to find the lowest cost resources, you know, and hopefully with the best quality. That's one of the benefits of buying from micro business. A lot of times people are looking for the best quality for themselves, so they end up naturally using it. So, you know, start somewhere simple. Anyway, those are my 3 tips. Empower yourself, Utilize your friends, and you actually have to teach your friends. Say, please share my new book. Please share, because what you have to help your friends understand is you're not necessarily trying to sell to them. You're trying to get them to spread the word. So once they understand that, they will feel less threatened. It's like, oh, well, please share my stuff because I want you to buy it, And in this economy that we've just come out of, and I feel like it's about to improve, even now, people are getting excited about business again. We need to explain to people that we're just networking. And that's really what it is. You're trying to have your friends pass around data so that it hits the person that gets excited about it. And the last thing is, utilize your skills. You're an English lit major. How do you know that you won't make a great success teaching online or tutoring online or selling curriculum online? So the sky's the limit, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to do on Micro Business Monday, which is give it a try. Give one of your hobbies a try as a business interest and see where it takes you. But you have to try each day. Once you get that thing you want to do, even if you're doubting yourself, you still have to try each day. And at the end of it, you will have something that to you finally see your own vision, So half this time when you're putting together business, you're really trying to convince yourself. These paintings that are behind me, when my dad first started out, like I said, the blue one's mine, but the other, the ones with the yellow and orange background, when my dad first started out, it had been a while since he painted. And so it was a struggle of confidence to keep going each day and to not, for artists, that's how it is. You just want to put a hammer through your work every time you finish. But you just have to keep trying each day and realize that a lot of times there's people so curious about what you're doing and so excited about what you're doing, and it might not even be that spectacular to you because you're just overcritical about yourself. So anyway, that's Micro Business Monday. I'm going to go get to my list of things to do. I wish you guys some success. If you have business ideas, questions, or anything, like I said, I was talking to a friend yesterday about a business they wanted to start. So if you have any ideas that you feel like, well, nobody's really encouraged me in this idea, or it really sounds harebrained, hit me up, I can give you a call, or we can talk on chat. And I love to encourage people to try new ideas because, like I said, we are living in the future. We have an expansive client base. Things will keep improving. So it's not like there's only a limited amount of business for everybody on earth. Anybody can do this as long as they're consistent. So hit me up if you have some ideas, if you need some encouragement, and also encourage me so that we can go on this journey together and be successful. So thanks for listening, you guys, and have a good Micro Business Monday. Bye.